Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you magnificent legend. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments and extra greetings at the start of these videos. Now, today I want to walk you guys through the First Descendant, my need to know questions about this game. Now, if you're not aware, I'm going to be playing the First Descendant beta this week when it actually goes live on the 20th. But there's questions that I have. I've scoured the internet. I've looked over all the different videos that actually have just come out last week about this upcoming looter shooter that is going to be doing a beta on PC, but there eventually is going to be coming to console as well. And the first thing I cannot find an answer to, and one of the questions that I have, is crossplay, cross-save. If the First Descendant is not going to be a game that supports crossplay, cross-save, I think it's going to be a game that's just going to exist for a little while. Now, I hear a lot of the critiques that I've seen in several of the videos this last week, and at the end of the day, this is a beta. We know this game is not launching in 2022. This is a 2023 game, so this is actually a real beta. Have you guys seen quote-unquote betas that end up just acting as marketing campaigns before the game launches a week after the quote-unquote beta? That's so annoying. That drives me absolutely up the wall because there's no way the feedback from the beta is going to be able to hit the devs and they're going to be able to make questions. So I don't really find what I've heard so far from other content creators actually concerning in terms of the gameplay loop. What I hope is that this is great feedback for the devs to go in and actually work on the game. With no launch date actually in sight, well, I think that's going to be exactly what we're going to experience. You're going to be able to go hands-on with it, as am I, and I'm going to be sure to give you guys my thoughts, namely, especially as a controller player. But I love looter shooters. If you guys have been following my content for a while, you know that I really enjoy them. I love Destiny. I still love Outriders despite its issues, and I'm questioning, is the First Descendant going to be able to take what we liked about Outriders and level it up even more so? But time will ultimately tell. What's interesting here about the First Descendant, obviously, let's call the name weird right out the gate. I'm sure it might make sense in the context of the story, which is humans defending the world from aliens. Cool, all in. Don't need more plot than that, but I'm excited to see what they decide to give us. But the characters themselves are actually acting as the classes. And so you get a pick from 3 at the start, kind of a tank, all-arounder, and a pure damage dealer. So that's going to be Ajax, and I'm going to butcher the name, Lepek, and Vesa. Those are going to be the 3 starters, but there's going to be more characters. It looks like we've got 10 in all. I'm not going to list them here, even though in my notes I have them all listed, because I want to go hands-on before I sit here and start to kind of say, oh, this is something, a character that interests me. You guys probably can find that already on the internet if you're trying to figure out who to play first. Ultimately, I'm going to see what I feel about the game and if it's going to be worth my time investment going forward. In fact, if you guys haven't seen, I just talked about wasting time versus a game that respects your investment, and I covered that on a video here on the channel, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, as that's going to be rolling out either soon or before this video. I don't know how time works. You can check the channel if you guys want more of my content. Now, that self-plug aside, at the end of the day, I really want this game to succeed. I'm going to be playing it to find out a few things. First, how does the gameplay feel? If they have that nailed, visually already looks beautiful, but any real gamer I think can tell you that visuals only enhance the gameplay experience. They don't define it. And visually this game already looks stunning from what they've shown off, but how does it feel to fire the weapons? How does it feel to run around with your characters? How do the characters themselves feel? Is this something like where, and to praise Anthem for one thing, the javelins felt so good to play, everything else just felt shallow. It was unfortunate. That was the tragedy of Anthem, is that the gameplay was so good from the Javelin class perspective, and then everything else did not live up to it, did not support it. So how does it feel? That's the first question that I care about most. Then with the content, how does the gameplay loop feel from upgrading the weapons and character, from doing the quests? Now, I hear a lot of, meh coming from other, sources on the internet. And that again is valid. I think I probably will echo that because these sources are sources that I align with on a game to game basis. But beyond those sources, I think that's something that can be fixed, and that's going to be hopefully a feedback mechanism that we can apply to the game itself. And then really the third thing, crossplay, cross-save. Without at least cross-save, if you're asking people to go off and be off on these islands on a free-to-play game that's designed I know people have brought up the question of monetization, but personally speaking for me, I'm never concerned about that because I don't spend money on games I don't like in the first place. So if they don't nail gameplay, I don't care what monetization system they have because I'm not going to engage with it. If they nail the gameplay out of the gate and monetization is just awful, well, we'll hear about that, but I don't think we're going to see any of that in a beta, right? That's going to be something for a future video down the road. Is this game pay to win? We'll be sure to keep you up to date. I'll be sure to let you know my thoughts on any of that down the road, but not to make this video longer than it needs to be. Gameplay, crossplay, what's the monetization structure? That's what I'm looking at, and hopefully I'll be able to provide lots of really good feedback to the devs on this, because I'm all about a new looter shooter. And rumor that we were talking about with Force on the podcast is that imagine if Outriders did decide to become some kind of MMO games as a service. I think that would fundamentally help out that game. And you might not be a games as a service person, and I understand it and I get it, but then I gotta ask you, are you playing the non-games as a service looter shooters? I would venture to bet you might be dipping back into Destiny this fall, or I mean this spring, or we'll end up waiting and seeing. Now, you can let me know in the comments whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, what questions you have. That way, when I sit down to play this game, I can let you guys know how I feel about it, and I can make sure you have my thoughts as well. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thanks so much for being here. If you feel like this video earns it, hit that like button. I don't know why I struggle with saying that. Slap that like button whenever you can. Feel free to subscribe if you guys want your free compliments and extra greetings, and also more video game content here on Gender Prime. Thanks, guys, for being here. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, but until then, take care.